Yo, what's going on, boys? How you guys doing today? Welcome back to another neat video. And in today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at one of the new trials weapons. It's the new strand auto rifle, the Auric, the Saber. And this thing has some amazing perks. Whether you want it for PvP, PVE, you'll have some really good perks and some amazing perk combinations. And this is pretty much gonna be like the best 450 auto rifle now in the game. So in today's video, we'll take a look at the perks, talk about some of the best ones, and the ones that you should be looking for if you're looking for a god roll on this weapon. And then afterwards we'll have a mini review where you still the things that I like or dislike of the weapon. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, and if you do, remember to leave a like and subscribe to the channel in case you guys haven't already, as well as follow me on Twitch. We've been streaming a lot, so I'd love to see you over there as well. And let's get into it. And first we gotta talk about where to actually get this weapon, and you're gonna be able to get this weapon from playing trials. Just from getting completions, you'll have a chance to actually get this weapon at the end, or you can also get it from the chest at the lighthouse, but most likely you're going to be getting it from the end of matches. This one seems to be quite rare, at least when it comes to me. I did not get a lot of auto rifles in like these couple of days that I played trials. I think I've gotten maybe 3, 4, so it seems kind of rare to me, but I know some other people have just been getting tons and tons of them. So it's really going to come down to RNG, unfortunately. Now this weapon is a precision frame auto rifle, which is very nice to see. I really like these types of auto rifles, and I think that they're pretty good in the Crucible. And this weapon comes with 3 different origin traits: fleet-footed, raw battle, and Omolon fluid dynamics. But I mean the 2 that I've mostly been using are Omolon fluid dynamics for the reload speed and stability on the top half of the magazine, or the trials one, which increases your movement speed and airborne effectiveness whenever you do some damage. I think these 2 are gonna be the best ones, and the ones that feel very good with this weapon. But now let's move on, and let's actually talk about the main thing that I want to talk about for this weapon, which is the trait perks. This thing has some crazy perks for both slots, so we're actually gonna be taking a look at most of the perks. I know we usually just take a look at the best ones, but for this one, you have so many good options that we're gonna have to take a look at most of them. And afterwards we'll have some god suggestions, so that's what you guys are looking for. That's going to be at the end. So let's get into it, and first let's start with the very first trait perk. Now these are the options we have for the very first trait perk. We have Gunshot Straight, Dragonfly, Dynamic Sway Reduction, Hatchling, Lone Wolf, Slice, and lastly Send Moment. And we actually have a lot of different perks right here that are good in PvP, PvE, but let's start at the top from Send Moment. Now Send Moment is going to reduce your recoil and flinch whenever you cause damage with this weapon, and this is so good on this auto rifle, especially for Crucible. The 450s are already pretty accurate, but when you throw Send Moment on top of them, they just become super stable, and with the increased flinch resistance means that even if you get shot, it's very likely that you still be able to land those shots. So Send Moment is going to be an amazing perk for Crucible, and definitely one of my top picks when it comes to this auto rifle. Next we have a perk that's kind of similar to Send Moment. We have Dynamic Sway Reduction. This is going to increase your accuracy and stability while you continuously hold down the trigger. Essentially, your weapons lose more stable, more accurate. It makes the weapon you feel a lot better. And this is another really good choice if you're trying to improve the stability and the accuracy on this weapon. I don't think it's as good as Send Moment, but it's also a very solid choice. Next we're going to have Lone Wolf. This is going to give us increased aim assist, increased aim down sight speed, as well as increased airborne effectiveness. Lone Wolf is really good on any weapon when it comes to the Crucible, but I just don't think on this weapon is going to be as good as something like Send Moment. It is still going to be very decent if you get a roll with Lone Wolf and you want to take it into the Crucible. It'll still be very good, and the increased aim assist will make it a lot easier to stay on target. But it's not going to be like a must-have perk that you always got to go for. You have a lot of different options right here on this auto rifle, but this one's also another good one. Those 3 would be the ones that I would recommend for the Crucible. And then now let's move on to PvE. For PvE, we have a couple less choices. We mostly have things that synergy with Strand, or that just give us a bit more ad clear. Now for your ad clear, you have Dragonfly. Whenever you get some precision kills with this weapon, you make some elemental explosions. This can help you out with the ad clear. And even though the auto rifles are already pretty good at ad clear, this just adds a little bit more. And being on the first column means that you can pair it up with some other good perks on the second. And then after that, we're going to have the Strand Synergy perks. If you want to run this auto rifle in PvE with your Strand setup, then you either are going to be looking for Slice, which is going to be a very easy way of applying Sever whenever you use your class ability, or with Hatchling. Both of these can work really well, I kind of like Slice a little more than Hatchling, but both of them are going to be fantastic. Now these are the options we're going to have for the second trade perk. We have Desperate Measures, Kill Clip, Onslaught, Sword Logic, Tap the Trigger, Target Lock, and lastly Tear. And once again, we're going to be starting off with the Crucible, and let's start off with Target Lock. Now Target Lock is actually going to be pretty decent on this weapon. It's going to make it essentially a little bit easier to reach that optimal TTK. It won't reduce your TTK, but you will have an easier time and get away with hitting one less headshot and still reach that optimal TTK. So even though it doesn't decrease it, it will make the weapon feel better because it's going to make using this weapon super consistent. So this one is actually going to be very good. So if you're looking for a good perk that's just going to always be on and it's always going to help you, then Target Lock is going to be a very good one. Now, if you're looking for something to increase your TTK, we have a couple of options. We have Sword Logic, we have Kill Clip, we have Onslaught. All of these are going to be pretty good, all going to decrease your TTK. But I think the best ones are definitely going to be Sword Logic. You want to use that TTK decrease to pop in right away. Or Kill Clip if you're looking for a bigger decrease and don't mind having to reload. So these three perks are probably what you're looking for if you're going to be taking this weapon into the Crucible. Now if you're planning on taking this weapon into PVE, then you have two different options. Some of that Strands Energy with Tear. Every time you get some precision kills, you do a big Severing Explosion. So you can actually make this weapon into like the ultimate Sever weapon with Tear and with Slice, just constantly just severing a bunch of things, which can be pretty fun. Or you can also go with Desperate Measures or Sword Logic if you want to just constantly have a damage buff in PvE. But I think Desperate Measures probably works a little bit better in PvE because it also gives you the damage boost for getting ability kills. And since we're just constantly spamming the abilities in PvE, keep up very often and just constantly have that 30% damage increase. But these two are the perks I would recommend for PvE. And now let's move on and let's talk about some god rolls with this weapon. So let's start off with PvE god rolls, and there's two rolls that I would recommend that you go for with this weapon. Firefly plus a damage perk. This can be Desperate Measures, it can be Sword Logic, it could even be something like Onslaught. Use something that gives you higher DPS, but also you're able to make explosions with Firefly. I think it's gonna be really good. Or you can also go for the ultimate Severing Strand roll, which is Slice plus Tear. After you use your class ability, you're going to be able to sever a bunch of things, and whenever you get some precision kills, you do big severing blasts that sever even more things. You're essentially going to be severing just tons and tons of enemies, so this one works really well with any type of like strand build. Now for the Crucible, this is where you have tons of different choices. You can go with Send Moment and Target Lock. This is probably going to be the most popular role because this one is just super consistent. You have the extra consistency of Target Lock, you got flinch resistance plus the reduced recoil from Send Moment. You want just the weapon to feel as best as it can possibly feel, then this is the role that you want to go for. You can also pair up Send Moment with a damage perk like Sword Logic or Kill Clip, and that will also work pretty well. Target Lock can also be paired up with Lone Wolf and Dynamic Serve Reduction if you didn't get Send Moment, and you will still have a pretty great role. And lastly, of course, you can also pair up Lone Wolf with a damage perk like Kill Clip or Sword Logic, and you'll still get some pretty good rolls. As long as we have a variation of these rolls, this thing is gonna be pretty good in the Crucible. And I have no idea why, but this weapon just feels amazing in the Crucible. It feels very good to shoot, and it feels super lethal, even though it's a 450 AD rifle, and it should just be okay, alright, but it feels much better than that, and that's because of all these really good perk combinations we have, and also use the stats on the weapon. So if you're a big fan of auto rifles in the Crucible, I definitely recommend that you guys go and look for a good roll on this one. And with the many different rolls that you can go with and still be very effective in the Crucible, even just getting 1 or 2 drops, I'm sure you have something usable that you can have a lot of fun with in the Crucible. So I definitely recommend this weapon. It definitely gets the unknown seal of approval. And let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think about this weapon? Do you like it? Do you not like it? What's been your experience with the weapon? Just getting it and actually using the weapon? As well as let me know the god roll that you guys are going to be going for, or maybe you already got. And with that, we're going to end today's video. Thank you for watching, thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care everyone, have a good rest of your day, peace.